Welcome back to our Heart and Health and Diving series. We're busy with Chapter 3, which is about the structural abnormalities of the heart, and we've spoken about things in general, and we now want to drill into two specific topics involving the mitral valve, and in the next section we'll be talking about patent foramen ovale. So hold on for this section, which will be about the mitral valve. Mitral valve prolapse or leaking is actually a relatively common condition and may be diagnosed with a stethoscope on the chest and sometimes may produce a click-like murmur and may be referred to as floppy valve syndrome. It's relatively common, especially amongst women. The problem arises as a result of excess tissue and loose connective tissue in the heart's mitral valve, making it billow or like a sail, swell to the extent that the valve becomes leaking at a certain point of the contraction of the heart. Now, a person with mitral valve prolapse may have absolutely no symptoms, or may have symptoms ranging from occasional palpitations, which is essentially a rapid heartbeat, or an unusual feeling in the chest when the heart beats, or chest pain mimicking a heart attack. Mitral valve prolapse is also associated with a slightly increased risk for minor strokes called transient ischemic attacks, because blood platelets can attach to the little leaflets of the leaky valve and then enter the circulation that goes to the brain. If this happens, it may cause transient loss of consciousness. And these are things that, of course, are deserving of medical attention. If mitral valve prolapse is diagnosed, beta blockers may be prescribed to treat the relatively high blood pressure that may be associated with the heart's attempt to compensate for mitral valve prolapse. However, this may drop the maximum capacity for exercise, and therefore it may, or in certain cases may not, pose a problem to divers. But it is something that should be evaluated, particularly in case of an emergency situation occurring, that the diver would be able to respond appropriately. So what is the effect as it comes to diving? Well, frequently mitral valve prolapse results in no significant flow abnormalities and will not prevent a person from diving. But someone who has symptoms or develops problems with breathlessness, abnormal heartbeats, or mini strokes will require intervention, which may involve medication in certain cases and may or may not allow the person to dive. With that, we close this section on mitral valve prolapse. Next, we are going to be looking at patent foramen ovale, which is quite a hot topic, and we thank you for watching. Please subscribe to this channel, support Dan, and ask your questions. We welcome them. Thank you. Safe diving.